Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Today, we have to talk about voting rights. Voting rights. What people are doing about voting rights. I happen to see MSNBC now and listen to Eugene and Jonathan and the little white girl that they got on there with them. I have no idea what the hell her name is. She don't talk very much. But it looks like Eugene and Jonathan have taken over their little weekend show. Those two brothers are are very unique, but they had some things on there that I did not know. We did not know that the Congressional Black Caucus and a bunch of other black political groups out there are having rallies. They're having talks, and they're doing supposedly doing some things and stuff to get ready for this midterm election. I guess the reason why most of them are afraid of everything is that most black folks are here in the South, and they these states down here are taking away these black congressional districts and trying to divide them up with the and have the white folks and stuff again be in charge of black people. So they all upset about this because of what the states are doing. I don't know why they just now getting upset. They should have been upset
Already
probably
on air.
2 or 3 months ago. But now all of a sudden they're all up in arms about it, and everybody's ready to stand up and fight. They're getting ready to take away Benny Thompson's district and stuff there in Mississippi. They want to take away Jim Clyburn's district and stuff there in
I'm
South
waiting on my
Carolina.
partner to show up, but don't look like he's going to show up.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
So I'm just going to talk
I'm here. No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
until
You
he
just
shows
don't
up.
know. I'm here. I'm here, man. I've been here. I've been here. I've been here.
I was getting ready to take over,
No,
bro. I
man,
saw
I've
that
been
on
here.
air thing. I
No,
said,
I've been here. I've been talking. The thing has started. I forgot that I did not enable my telecast and stuff there with you. See, uh, we have a kind of a dual thing going on here. Uh, there's a platform that we use and stuff and everything to stream our videos and stuff from your place in Florida and my place here in Atlanta, and it all comes into a a hub, and then that hub and everything goes out to the platform that we do our recording and stuff on. So I forgot that I did not enable my video and audio on the hub. And I've been sitting here talking, and I'm looking at you sitting there with the radio on and listening to all this other stuff. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's my fault. And until you uh, said something about you're gonna I'm not here. You're gonna start. I said, oh crap! I didn't activate my hub. So I just clicked the button to activate the hub, and now you see me. So we on. Oh man. Anyway, I started out the thing saying that we I had a did a had an AI evaluation of our channel there on YouTube, and they gave some uh, little subtle hints and stuff about how we need to do to improve what the heck we got going on here. So I take any and all advice from anybody who wants to tell us what's going on and who gonna come and watch and how we can improve what the heck we got. So one of the things that AI recommend and stuff is that we at the beginning of the show we talk about what we are going to be talking about and stuff during the hour, so people will know and stuff what's happening right off the bat. So I my thing was voting rights, that need to start talking about the voting rights because we got this midterm coming up, and we got all kind of folks out there. Uh, I did bring up the weekend show with MSNBC with Jonathan Capehart and the other gentleman and stuff on there, Eugene Daniels, I guess that's his name. The brothers are taking over the show. They got this little white woman on there with them, and she don't say a whole heck of a lot, but the first part of the show, I know they took it over with. They had some black folks on, and it looked like girlfriend. The little white girl was just totally out of place. She couldn't. She didn't. They did actually to say some things and stuff and everything. She like she was scared. I mean, actually scared. The white one was scared because all these black people's on there. They had this lady and stuff on there from this black group and stuff and everything. I haven't heard of her before and everything, but evidently she's got a lot of power and stuff out there. And she had a big conference meeting in there in Alabama because I guess they think that that's the hub of this whole thing because Alabama has now decided that the state
They're
legislature
having
and
a
stuff,
rally right now.
yeah, they were going to take over. They were going to take them those. I guess they got two congressional black districts that they carved out. And they plan on just wiping them completely out. And Mississippi and stuff has one congressional black area. That's Benny Thompson and stuff and everything. He's been in office for a long time, and they plan on dividing his crap up and everything. South Carolina at first said that they wasn't going to mess with Jim Clyburn's district and everything, but they said forget it, we're going to divide it up anyway. So all these states and stuff here in the South and everything, with the majority of black folks being in the South, in this country, they decided that the black folk down here in the South don't need any representation. So it looks like we may be short one, two, three, four, maybe five black congressional members and stuff here there in Congress. So now all of a sudden everybody's getting all been out of shape about it and everything, and they want to put together a fight and do some legal stuff, and they want to get out and start marching again and all this other stuff.
Too little, too late.
And that's exactly my sentiments and stuff before I got you caught up and everything on what's going on. So I figured that they should have started this stuff. And I mentioned that yesterday and stuff that we need to start doing something about voting. And I'm afraid and stuff that the Republicans are gonna probably do very, very well in the midterm and stuff and everything because they just decided that they're going to get rid of some congressional seats and everything, and they look like they may do it. So we'll
Well,
see.
the thing is that I was listening to their rally in Alabama, and they had some pretty good speakers. They had the mayor of Birmingham on there, and he said some things that were very important. He explained to them, hey, if you want to march, that's fine, but you need to get out there and knock on some doors. We got to get people informed and involved and engaged. However, it's kind of disappointing, Ed, to be honest with you, because a lot of the young people, I was listening to Roland Martin because that's what it was on his channel, and he said that from 18 to 39 blacks, only 9% voted. I don't know how you got those numbers, but 18 to 39, only 9% voted. They are the highest when it comes to votes available in our demographics. 9%. They didn't realize how important, and you made a statement about this yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
how important their votes were. They thought it was just all politics and making money and all that stuff, and part of that is true. But uh, there's a group called, I was listening to Individual, and they had Tanya Brown. I think her name is Tanya Brown. She's the Black Vote organization, and they said they write on. They write on as far as everything they saying. Individual, I give them kudos, and of course, I think her name is Tasha or Tanya Brown, and she just laid it out, and they laid it out. It's not really complicated, man. It's just a matter of getting the people that's out there that really are engaged to get out there. And they should have been doing this years ago. Her organization has been registering hundreds of thousands of people, but you can get registered, but if you don't vote, what good is it? And if you don't get engaged, I don't think American people, not all American people, obviously, because we had over 140 million people vote, almost 150 million people vote. But the point is, I don't think people realize how important it is to get out there and vote. They don't realize that in order for you to get anything, the revenue, the funding, all the things that needs to be done for your community, because you pay into this. Your sales tax, your federal tax, your Medicare, your Social Security, all these things you pay into every time you get a check. And they use your revenue like willy-nilly. Every dime should be accounted for. Every penny. And you should be calling your congressperson, especially if you got black representation, how much money is coming to our community. When you see things that needs to be done, that's when you call your congressperson. And most of these states that are in the South got Republican governors. They don't care about blacks. They run the whole state house. They don't care about blacks. So now your representation, if you had a black representative, they're going to be gone. And the whole point is that the younger people have to run for office. We've been saying this for years, Ed. School boards, dog catcher, all of that. Whether you win or lose, it don't matter. If you're engaged in politics, run for office. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. We keep on fighting and fighting and fighting. People get tired of fighting, bro. We're supposed to be in a free country. We're supposed to be in a free country. And now we see that the South have been strategizing all these years to get it back. I don't know what we're going to do. Here in Florida, we've been lost. They always really been red the whole time, for the long as I can remember. They had, even when they had Democratic governors. So, but in Georgia, red, but you had a strong inner city. Our inner city here in Florida is nothing. These people don't vote. And then the southern part don't vote. There are a lot of educated people in Georgia. And I think Atlanta going to be okay. Your representative is going to be okay. But the outside, I don't think you had that many representatives. You got the one black lady whose son got killed. That's about it. I don't remember no other black representation. The rest of them was from Atlanta area, and they only had what? They only got one, maybe three. So it's going to be it's going to be a rough road, bro, for the next 3-4 years. Like you just said, they done lost 4 or 5 seats, and maybe more.
Well, let's talk about that. There's a couple of places that I want to start at, but I'm going to start in Texas. Texas redrew their congressional map. They redrew the maps, and they supposedly have taken away 3 or 4 black congressional districts and stuff and everything by redrawing those maps. After the congressional districts were withdrawn, the state legislature and stuff had a meeting and stuff and everything to tell the public and stuff what they had planned on doing and how they had planned on doing it. Well, you got some Republicans and stuff there in the state of Texas are telling the state congressional folks who drew those congressional maps that they may have made a mistake. And the reason why I said that is because the state of Texas has 40% minority folks, white folks. The rest of the people, you got 60% of that daggone state are people of color. There's no way that you can draw and take 40% and dominate 60%. You can't do it. Mathematically, you cannot do it. Now, I said that to say the same thing here for the rest of these states over here, like Alabama, South Carolina,
33% black,
Mississippi,
37% black.
and we're looking at these congressional districts and stuff and everything, and they may be making another mistake in Mississippi and making another mistake in South Carolina. That redrawing those maps and stuff and everything, you got a lot of people of color that you're going to have to divide up and put them into congressional districts and stuff that have white folks and stuff in it. Very difficult to do that because you're going to have to take a state and you're going to have to go up in there and to do that, man, it's going to take a lot to do that because you got a lot of black people and stuff all over these states. They just took those congressional districts that they actually have and stuff right now and just said, okay, Birmingham is mostly all black, so we just let them have their own black representation there. Okay, if you want to take away that, what are you going to do with dividing up those black people and what congressional districts are you going to put them in? It's going to be a very, very difficult move for them to do that and still keep black folks and stuff out of Congress. So each state, I think, needs to have their own districting representative and stuff from the black community and look at those districts and stuff that they have drawn up and say, how do we win? They drew these districts up. How are we going to win some seats here? What are they going to do with all them black folks? It'll be difficult. South Carolina the same way. Gonna be difficult. But I noticed one thing, and the reason why I'm thinking about it and everything is because Kemp, Governor Kemp here in Georgia, he knows that this shit is going to be very, very, very difficult for these folks down here to do. Redraw these daggone congressional districts and everything and be able to take away those black representatives. So what he did was, I'm going to wait till 2028 before we draw these maps here in Georgia. So he wants to see what's going to happen in these other states. How are they going to draw these maps up? They may be looking at some lawsuits here in Mississippi, Alabama, and South Carolina.
What about Tennessee?
Well, Tennessee is a monster all in itself. They got a district in Tennessee right around Memphis where they got a majority of black folks and stuff and everything. And guess who their representative is? He's white. He's a white man. These black folks in that area and stuff had a chance to put a black representative and stuff in there because they got a majority of black folks there and they elected this white man. How stupid can you be? That's why I say I haven't threw into Tennessee because they got some stupid black folks there in Tennessee. Even though they got some very smart young guys and stuff coming out of there who understand what they're going on, I think they got a lot of work to do and stuff in educating their people there, especially around Memphis. And you're right, they could. Memphis has a whole lot of black folks, even outside Memphis and stuff in the suburbs. You know, they play their cards right and everything, they might be able to keep their black representative. You got Nashville sitting there. Nashville got a lot of black folks and stuff there in Nashville. I don't know how these folks going to do this stuff and draw these maps and don't and make it look like they're being fair and putting these districts together. Because you're going to, if you draw the map up, you're going to have to be fair in doing it. You can't put 300,000 people and stuff in one congressional district, and then another congressional district you only got 100,000 people. That ain't fair. So they may have bitten off more than they can chew. We have to see what the heck happens. If I'm the people out there who are dealing and stuff with this, I would have each state that they're talking about. I would put at least one or two people and stuff who are in charge of looking at those congressional districts and stuff and seeing how they are going to win. Or if these people done screwed up and messed these districts and stuff up and everything, and they got a lawsuit waiting on them.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I heard Booker speak with Roland Martin, and he said that the Democrats don't invest in the South, have never invested in the South, very little.
For a long time, they haven't. Because
So,
they took it upon themselves to say, we can't win, so we going to throw them aside.
yeah, there was no battle, no fight, no nothing.
Nothing. No money.
And therefore, they didn't keep these people on their toes. So they over there strategizing, saying, hey, they ain't taking us serious. We can go ahead on and do our Confederates. Confederacy.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what they did.
And for a long time, they did exactly that. They just, the National Democratic Committee and stuff did not put any money in the South at all. Because all of a sudden, everybody says, we can't win, so we're going to lead them to their own vices. And that was a big mistake by doing that. Now, you've had a couple of Democratic committee presidents or whatever, or chairmen or whatever, who decided that they wanted to do a 50-state strategy, but they couldn't get the entire committee and stuff and everything to commit to that. I remember Governor Dean out of Vermont, way back in the I think 80s and 90s and stuff and everything. He the first one decided he was the Democratic chairperson, and he said we're going to have a 50-state strategy, but he couldn't get the entire Democratic Party and stuff to commit to that. And he finally, after about 2 years and stuff there, and they took him out of his job, they gave up on it. Then you had this the guy and stuff from South Carolina and stuff who was the Democratic chair and stuff and everything right when Biden and stuff came around. And he decided we're going to have a 50-state strategy, but they can't get the people to put their money into that 50-state strategy. You got to put some money behind it, and you got to come down and do some hard work. This shit ain't easy. You got to get out and work at it and figure out how you're going to win. They haven't done it. It's not going to be an easy battle, but I think that you can come out of that, and have probably a lot more seats and stuff and everything that because you're sitting down there now, and the Democratic Party and stuff is not even putting up a good fight. The only people that put up a fight now is the black folks and stuff, because they're the ones who are going to lose some seats.
Yeah.
Can they get the Democratic Party behind them? Probably hell no. They're going to just let it go again, wipe it off their books.
Well, and I'm gonna say this, and I could be wrong. We already know that politics has been commoditized, and they have deep, deep friends and consultants, people that want to get flyers out and prints out and literature. They want those contracts. People that hire people for solicitation, they want that contract. So they got their cronies, just like the Republicans. The only thing is, the Republicans are beating them at it. And they're more out there. And they don't waste their money, because if you don't give after 2 or 3 shots, they go to the next. Then they might come back 6 months later and try again. But they're not going to keep on repeating, begging for money to the same people. And if they had given up on the South and just very little support, you got millions of people out there in the South. But then you have to have representatives to go out. And when I say representatives, I'm talking about volunteers and hired laborers to go out there and talk to people. What the Democratic Party is going to do for you. We already know that, man. This is so simple. Politics is so simple. But yet it's complicated. But when it comes to really recruiting people, and you want a person to vote, you got to earn it. You got to make promises and keep them. You can't be saying, well, Donald Trump this and Donald Trump that, or Republicans this. the conservatives that. Nobody want to hear that. What you gonna do for me and my community? What you gonna do for my neighborhood? But they're not doing it. So you can't blame a lot of people to a certain degree, but they didn't program these people's minds so badly, on TikTok, internet, YouTube, all over, all these chats. It's very hard to persuade these people because, I mean, I look at President Biden. He kept a lot of his promises, but some of them he reneged. He didn't push for the voting rights. I mean, he made June 17th a holiday, but that's a symbol. He went down to Oklahoma, and they still didn't get no reparations. So the Democrats do not really help the black community. They don't. I mean, I'm here to tell you. I mean, the schools are crumbling, and the kid. I'm gonna tell you something, man. And you talk football. You coach football. I coach basketball. I'm gonna tell you, bro. I guess athletes or people that want to be athletes, sports people, may be a different breed. But one thing I do know, you can talk to them and you can correct them, and they'll do better. And they understand. You give them what you're gonna do for them and what I need from you, they're gonna do better. Because everybody want to do better. Plus, they want to impress you as a coach. That's my coach. I ain't coached in 20 years, 25 years. And I can walk down the street and I'll run into one of my boys. Hey, coach, how you doing? I'm just saying, bro. You know, these people, when you make promises, you got to keep those promises. And when you walk down the street, they're gonna say, "Hey, representative, how you doing? Thanks for the blah blah blah, whatever it is." We used to feed them in, come out of our pocket. You know that. Take them to lunch and stuff. Get sponsors. Well, it ain't no different. The politics is the same thing, bro. But if you don't do nothing for these people, but you want their vote. I remember when I first moved to Tampa, I used to go to this church that was really kind of popular. I only went there a few times, but it was a politician who used to just before the vote come out, the only time he show up at that church is that he recruiting to get a vote. These were Democrats in Florida. And everybody know they playing the game, they just want that vote. But you don't see them again for another 2 years or 4 years, 6 years. So I don't know, bro. The Democrats have let a lot of people down, and it's showed. Now they're not doing nothing for the Republicans neither. The Republicans are not doing nothing for earning their votes neither. Now they got their cronyism and they got their little favorite children, and they and all that, and they helping a few people. But when it all boils down to it, nope. All you gotta do is listen to. All you do is go on the internet, go on TikTok. These people are hurting, bro. These white folks are hurting. They are hurting. They're not getting no deals. They're not getting no stimulus package. They're not getting no. The jobs are less, and they're telling everybody. They say, what's going on? They paying $200 or $300 extra a month paying for gas. They feeling it. They feeling it real bad. So what? You make 20,000 household, 20,000, $30,000 more a household. That money is being eaten up. So God bless y'all. I'm telling you, this politics is a y'all don't put the right people in office. That's what you get. What you vote for. You get what you vote for. And right now, we got a bunch of people that's all they want is for themselves. Now, I'm saying all of them. They don't care. Donald Trump know they don't care because your representatives don't care. That's why Donald Trump said, I ain't worried about it. Because the representatives ain't putting no pressure on him. But
Well,
my people hurting, bro.
we saw what happened with that, man. He said what he said, and
Yeah.
if it hadn't been for a few people bringing it up, he could have got away with it because nobody, our news media never said a damn word about it. They never opened their mouth and said a word about what the hell he said when he told them, "I don't care.
He don't care. He
I
really
don't
don't.
care." He told them, "I don't care."
And the reason why he don't care is because these Congress people don't care neither, and they not telling Trump, my people is hurting, Mr. President. My people is hurting. They run around talking about, oh, the gas price is gonna come down soon. Food gonna come down soon. Just give them time. This is getting crazy, bro. But you get what you get, and now all of us are suffering. We used to it. But what part to you?
Yep.
All this marching and fussing and arguing and saying we're not being treated fair. And it's too late for that now. I mean, it might do some good. So, I'm trying to plug up my thing here. I'm running out of energy here. But man,
uh,
I'm gonna tell you something. Let's say something good, man. You know, I'm so disappointed in the NBA because let's say something good and then I'll tell you something. No, but they want you to spend money to buy Prime so you can watch the games now.
they want you to do what?
Spend money to buy Prime. You know what Prime is?
You mean Amazon Prime?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
all the games are on there. So, so let me put this on here. All the games are on there, bro, and I refuse to do it.
So you're not watching NBA now?
Only if they come on national TV. That's just a little protest. I can get Prime, it ain't but $10 or $8.
No, it's more than that.
Is it?
Yeah, it's more than that. They went up. They went up on that, buddy. They went up on that. They every time I go and buy some on Amazon. They try to get me to up my Prime membership. You need to get on your Prime membership. You can get uh, a uh, a 30-day reprieve and stuff, and after that, then they'll let you. You have to buy it. So probably what you want to do is just go in there and get the 30-day free, and then after the 30 days and stuff and everything, then cancel it. So you find the best period of time that you want to watch the basketball, and say, okay, log in and get the Prime, and then after the 30 days is up and everything, cancel it if you want to pay the money.
Well, I don't know.
That's what I do.
I don't care because the only thing I want to see is a championship game.
Oh, okay. Well, then when the championship comes up, then you just go in there and you get your free version of Prime, and then you get to watch
Ooh,
them.
man, I can't get this thing in here, bro. Ugh.
Yeah, you got your camera and stuff showing everything there, all of all your bookshelf, your new bookshelf, you done gotten everything to go in there.
These ain't new bookshelves, man. I had these things for over 30 years, 40 years.
Oh well, it's new to me because that's the first time I saw it.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, that's okay. We understand there was a little glitch in the action there and everything. We are doing our Saturday show, and we there are a lot of things that then just happen that you won't see until
Damn,
you
it'd be
look at.
nice if I had to write down.
Yeah, I've changed our background and stuff and everything about 3 times and everything since we've been sitting here.
Excuse me, people.
Yeah, people, I wanted you guys, y'all, look at these new backgrounds that we got. You tell us on the comment section which one of these backgrounds you like. I like this one that's sitting there now and stuff. It's got gold and stuff in the background. I want me some gold. Put some gold in my pocket.
Oh, you like Donald Trump, huh?
Hell yeah, man! Because shit, at least it's precious metals and everything. And it done dropped down, but it's still up around there 5 grand, an ounce. So I'm waiting until it get down to about 3,000 and stuff, and then I'll probably go out and buy some, start buying gold again. Cause it's gonna go up. It's
You
gonna
think it's
go
gonna
up.
go back down?
Oh yeah, it's gonna go down. As soon as they get the oil prices and everything straightened out, they're gonna go back down. Soon as Donald decided that he wanted to stop playing games over there at the Straits of Hormuz, it's going to go down. We have so many people who are commentating and stuff on this man's trip to China, and depending on what news outlet or podcast that you listen to, everybody have a different version of what the hell happened and stuff over there. But one thing that most of them are either saying or are not saying is that something is wrong with our president, health wise. He is something wrong with him. He is in dementia, and cause he says one thing and then he'll turn around and an hour later and say something totally different and swear up and down he didn't say it. But they got the videos of him saying it. And anytime you bring it up and say, well, you said this, then you become fake news. You fake news. You fake news. Now, on the plane, there was an older guy from New York Times. And he must have the best demeanor of anybody that I have ever seen for a long time because Trump talked about him like a dog. You ain't nothing. You, you fake news, everything. And the old guy just sat there and held his phone and just watched Trump say what he had to say, and he had a smile on his face. I guess he knew that you got like our folks used to tell us when we were growing up. You have to respect older people. So, especially the ones who ain't got very much sense. So he just sit there and just smile and watch them, call him fake news, and he's stupid.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I mean, that poor man, he dogged him out. But like I said, he just stood there and took it, you know. And you can watch what the heck went on. He landed in Beijing, and from the time he landed in there, and people were saying this that uh, Jinping and stuff, he just played him just like a little puppy dog. And they even commented, he sat down there and praised him to death. He is the best leader. You are the best. You to lead your people. You are the best. And Xiao Jinping just sat there and looked at him and smiled. And he never said a word to Trump about him being a good leader or anything. He never praised him. He just intellectually dogged him out.
Dogged him out.
Intellectually just dogged him out. I mean, dogged him out. It was pitiful, Ted. There is no way that I could have stood on the same side of the table with Donald Trump and been okay with what the hell he had to say. Now I know damn well that some of them people on the other side of that table were embarrassed like all get out. They knew that this man was capitulating to that man over there, and that it was sickening to see that happen. Supposedly, the leader of the free world licking that man's behind. Excuse my French people. He did that, and literally did that. Look this man behind. He didn't have to say all that. He could have been nice and polite to Xiao Jinping and say, "Hey, I'm here. I'm glad I'm here and stuff." I've enjoyed your accommodations and everything that you guys and stuff have for me and everything, and I hope that we can be very very progressive here and accomplish something and everything if we can. If we can't, then uh, I'm still going to, enjoy myself here. Thank you for inviting me to your country, and didn't have to sit down there and capitulate to that man like that. I know that was embarrassing. And then you have your Secretary of State when they were talking about Taiwan. He said one thing, and Trump came around 3 minutes later and said something totally different about Taiwan. At least I have to give Marco Rubio some bully points, I guess you might say, because he said what he had to say. And Trump didn't have to do what he did. If he didn't like what the heck Xi Jinping had to say about Taiwan, he should have brought it up. If the man said that this is the most important issue that we need to discuss, then let's discuss it and get it out of the way.
He didn't want to deal with it. Trump didn't want to deal with it.
But
That's not what he was there for.
that's the best way to start it because the man just told him he's in charge. He's the person that he came to see, and the man said this is the most important issue. All the other stuff is bull crap. If somebody telling me that, then we're gonna have to deal with that because we can't. If we can't get past that, how are we gonna do the other stuff? If the man just told me that's the most important issue that we can talk about, then that's what we need to talk about. Whatever y'all had coming up, we got to talk about this and get this out the way and make sure that there's an understanding between both parties as to what needs to be done or said or whatever. Now,
Well,
right
if he
now,
would have said the
right
wrong
now,
thing,
he done gone
I'm
back
glad he
home.
shut up. I'm glad he shut up.
You did why?
I'm glad that he didn't say nothing. Because, first of all, and I said this yesterday, because it was right there, he told the man how much they was going to invest in their weapons from the United States.
Who said what?
And the
What?
one
What?
thing
I don't want to. You know what? I must have missed that. But what did you say now?
he told Ying, is it Ying or Yang? Yang.
However you want to pronounce it, Jang,
Okay,
Zhao, Zhao, Zhao.
he Yao.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he told him how much money they plan on investing with the United States for weapons. And like I said, the agreement with Ronald Reagan in 1982, I guess it was somewhere in the early 80s, that they would never discuss their defense connections with China. Because we know that if you know the history of China and Taiwan, you know, it's been very controversial. They want to be a democracy. They don't want
Independent.
to be part of China.
Right. They want to be independent, they said. But
Yeah.
but didn't Trump turn around and say something totally different than that? I,
No, he
I,
said that he didn't say anything one way or the other. He didn't even respond, and that's a good thing. But he just ran off with the mouth and talking about bragging. I guess he must call himself bragging. We getting ready to do some really good business with Taiwan regarding military weapons.
but he's not going to do any business with Taiwan after what he said. That he didn't open his mouth there in front of Zhao. And the world and stuff know that this man is a chicken. He is a damn chicken. Whereas if you don't want to be a chicken and you sitting down at the table with somebody and somebody telling me we need this is the most important thing that we need to discuss, then we're going to have to discuss it and talk about we don't have to be arrogant about it. I just curious and
Well,
stuff
I
of
don't think you understand that as far as they're concerned, Taiwan is China. That's where he feels.
well then I wanted to hear him say that. This is what you need to say. That
I'm talking
Taiwan is
about
that.
y'all saying Taiwan is China.
But I'm just saying, uh, then are you telling me that we can't do business and stuff with them? We've been doing business with them before, so do we have to stop doing business and stuff with them or
But
what?
you talking about military. We ain't talking about.
Well,
Uh,
anything, as far as chips or anything like that, because right now it looks like Taiwan and stuff and everything is telling Trump or whatever and stuff, you need to kiss our butt because we can't even depend upon you to even do anything at all.
well, why do you think that we're not supporting Ukraine now?
Because Trump, he's kissing up to Putin.
Thank you. He's doing the same thing with y'all.
Then like I said, Taiwan makes the best AI chips in the world. That means that we done lost the advantage and stuff of getting those AI chips from Taiwan because I'm pretty sure Taiwan don't give a shit about selling us any chips and everything if we can't sit down there and be true to our word or figure out and stuff what the heck this we can do and stuff, or how far we can go because China, y'all just sit there and told Trump and this delegation, we don't sell weapons to Iran.
We know
And
that's a lie.
absolutely. But he said it. And he still wants to deal with him. He's selling weapons to Iran so they can beat up on the United States.
The CIA told us what was going on.
Okay. He's selling weapons to them. Even though he's selling it through the back door, through third parties or whatever, they still selling weapons to them to beat up on United States. Iran is using those weapons to destroy our ships, to destroy our navy, to do everything they can to beat us up, and they're using their technology to beat United States up to target.
They
So
got satellites they're using.
right, that's what I'm saying. They're using all that, using all their technology and stuff to beat them up. So Taiwan is fair game. If you
Well,
want to
see,
send
now
your
you're
weapons
talking
over here,
superpowers, bro.
right? You got two superpowers. He can't be no stronger than him. He got just our military is probably the strongest one in the world, and China is second. So if you are giving weapons to Iran, then why can't we give weapons to Taiwan?
But
It's
see,
a
he in
discussion that we
denial.
have to make.
How come Trump couldn't be in denial or even not even talk about it?
But I'm saying we can talk about it because if it has anything to do with it, we need to get this
But
straightened out in the first place.
he didn't even
Because
bring it up.
because you and that makes him look weak. That makes the United States look absolutely weak. So this man is sitting over there and saying to them, and the only thing that they can say, and it's not even definitive, is that they got 200 orders for Boeing jets. They don't know what kind of jet they are. They ain't even signed an agreement. But look
No
what
contract.
happened. Yeah, but look what happened up in Canada, and even been in the news media. The Canadian Prime Minister went into this little town called Metal, Canada, and signed a 500 plane order with an Asian country over in Asia. What the heck the name of that country over in Asia? They gave them an order for 500 jets that they can build for them. And they signed it and then made an agreement and stuff, $19 billion and stuff that they're going to give. And they said, we need 500 planes from you. If the order goes very well, you can get another 750 planes to build for us. China didn't say that. China ain't signed no daggone agreement and stuff with them at all. They ain't even put together a framework. He just said, well, we might buy 200 jets from Boeing. They ain't bought hardly any jets from Boeing. I think they said in the last, since 2018, they only bought 51 jets from Boeing. 8 years, they only bought 51 jets from them.
I think Ronald Reagan and all the Republicans made a bad deal. They was, if you go back and you look at China's GDP back in the 80s, they weren't making near the money they're making now.
No, they weren't.
And when they decided that we're going to use China as low labor, cheap labor, everybody started going marching over there. Manufacturing, textile, everything.
But it didn't happen during Reagan's years. It didn't happen during Reagan's years. It
Oh,
happened,
yes, it did,
yeah,
bro.
not during Reagan's years. It didn't
Yes, it
happen
did.
like that. It didn't
That's
start
when it
during Reagan.
started. That's when it
No,
started.
not in Reagan's year.
No, I'm telling you, that's when it started. Look at the history, and I'm
They
telling you,
didn't.
that's basically
They didn't start sending our manufacturing over there and stuff until the late to the 90s. They
what
started
I'm
sending them
saying
over there.
is that they started using China back in the 80s, and then when Bush got in there, they really started pushing it. And same thing with Clinton. Then they start building up all the manufacturing using cheap labor. Then we don't even want to talk about iPhone, Apple.
And that's what I was going to bring up. Apple was the one that really got them over the damn hump. Apple was the one that really got them
But
over the hump.
but here was the
But we stopped.
assumption.
We
Here was
stopped.
the assumption.
Yeah,
The
we stopped.
assumption was that they was trying to get that market share. They was thinking that, hey, we'll modernize their systems and help them out and do all the things and bring out manufacturing and show them how to do this and do that. And then they took over, and then there you go. They started doing things on their own because they already figured it out because they educated their people here for the last 50 years or more,
And
and
Trump's
then
getting
brought
ready.
them back over there.
And Trump's getting ready to do the same thing again because he just said that they need to bring 500,000 of their kids over here to be educated.
Yeah, well, that's money.
He's still bringing them back over here to take our technology and our ideas and stuff back over there to China and
Yeah,
make them even better. That would have been the stupidest ass idea in the world because Biden didn't do it. He didn't open that door like that. And he went over there and looked at the man and said, "You are a dictator. You are a dictator." And he didn't beat up on Biden because he opened his mouth and said anything because they were close to being equal partners and stuff then. They knew then that China was becoming a powerhouse. But but being a world leader, you should have enough balls and stuff and everything to tell somebody what you feel about them. Because they can't hurt them too bad because guess what? We still got power. China wants to get back and do trading with the United States. They want to get back into our market. And we know somebody he should know that. They
But
want to
but
get back
Ed,
here.
Ed, Ed, here's the thing though, bro. The reason why the tariffs were so high is because they make their products so cheaply with the cheap labor.
That doesn't matter.
But
What
listen,
you want,
Ed, listen to what I'm saying though, bro. The thing is, this is how China has increased their GDP because they come over here, they sell their products here, and when it was very little tariffs, they made such profits off of these major corporations buying their stuff.
the tariff, who pays the tariff?
Like I said, prior to there was very little tariffs, and there were
This
certain products that were not
and
no tariffs at all.
and and we had enough the folks and stuff who were buying the other American products and stuff had enough money to use their disposable income and everything to buy stock, to do everything they needed to do and everything to make us better. Right now, we're sitting up in here and everything and the lower income people and stuff are broke like all get out. And
That's
we're
because
gonna
they shipped all the jobs out, bro.
Hey, but
They
it does.
outsourced them.
But they've already have been out. All we want them to do and stuff and everything is just like Canada is planning on doing. They are getting jobs and stuff brought back into their country because Boeing. Why can't Boeing and Lockheed and all the rest of them and stuff bring jobs and stuff back here to this country because China, China at the time right now, they don't make these wide body planes, the big planes and stuff now. They want to start doing it, but they don't make them now. So we can have our industry to come back here into the United States, or just like South Korea did and everything, they wanted to bring their manufacturing and stuff back here to the United States and produce batteries. And we arrested 500 of them and everything. And them daggone folks and stuff in Korea said, we ain't coming back over no more. So we done lost all those jobs that's supposed to have been happening over here in South Georgia. They gone. They took their money and ran. They said, we ain't coming back over there and dealing with you all. That's the point. China can't produce enough for everybody else. So why can't they just bring some of the manufacturing back here? We can still bring some of it back here. We can bring back solar panels and stuff back here and
But the
produce some
thing,
right here in this country.
well,
And
I beg the difference.
even though just like they got Mercedes Benz and Toyota and Nissan and Kia plants all over the United States, they got them right here. And we are sitting here putting our folks to work in manufacturing. So the same thing can happen and stuff and other items and stuff and everything. They can't produce everything over there and trying to bring some of that stuff back here. Or let South Korea bring their battery production and stuff over here and have more battery plants and stuff
I
here.
beg the difference, but President Obama tried that. Bring solar panels here.
But Congress was too stupid to let him do it.
Yeah,
when he
they
when he when
sabotaged
he
it.
when he tried to get that when he tried to get that
They sabotaged it.
TPP stuff started and everything, they sabotaged him. They had a chance to get over there, enter that daggone market over there in the Pacific area over there, to get our foot into that market so we can take it and start selling our stuff over there. But the Republicans said, hell no, we ain't doing that shit. We ain't gonna let them do that, and threw him under the daggone bus. just like Trump did and stuff with his JOCP thing that he had going on. We can't do that and everything. Now he done went over there and fucked up the whole goddamn world. Excuse my French people. Anyway, people, we all done for the day. What's your final word, brother?
Well, my final word, I got something to do tomorrow, so I won't be here tomorrow. But I will be here bright and early Monday. But
Sound
I'm just going to tell the people, hey, you know, this lady said something. I can't remember what she said, but the one thing for sure, keep your eyes on the prize. Don't give up hope. Keep your eyes on the prize.
well, my thing and stuff is that just like you mentioned earlier and stuff, you got these red states hurting just as bad as anybody else around here and stuff is doing. So I don't understand and stuff why the Democrats and stuff and everything do not make an effort to pull them in as not as maybe compadres and stuff and everything, but work together and everything to build a daggone country back up. We need to work together because we just this stuff that we got going on right now, and somebody needs to articulate that and everything to them. Open that daggone door up and articulate it to them. Go out there and talk to their daggone people in their daggone districts and stuff and say, hey, we need to do that. Talk to your representatives and stuff and tell them, say, the door is open for us to be able to communicate and stuff and everything and do what needs to be done. That's all. That's my final word. Mr. Ted Harvey, we shall see you on Monday. Okay?
All right, brother man.
Bye bye.
Enjoy your day.